Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. There is a serious political threat right now for all the political parties, and it's coming from Fulani Herdsmen. And right now, it's going to be so serious because they have put up their conditions which they will use in supporting those who will integrate them into their government. And this is one issue that must be dealt with so much wisdom. Peter Obi, is one of the top most recognized presidential aspirant. And right now they're sending this message to all the political or the presidential candidates, ranging from Peter Obi to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Kwankwanso to Sowore to Atiku Abubakar, name them, there are many. But right now, Fulani Herdsmen have something to tell them, and we're going to be looking at that in a jiffy. But before we do that, if not subscribed, do well, hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish. The Fulani Social Cultural Group, Kulen Allah Cattle Rail Association of Nigeria, Kakran, has tasked presidential candidates to fully incorporate livestock development in their policies and program or risk losing their bloc votes in the forthcoming general elections. Kakran National President Honorable Khalil Bello gave the charge in a statement issued on Tuesday and made available in Damaturu. The association observed with dismay that despite Hader's numerous contributions to the nation's economic development and provision of nutritional food in Nigeria, they were also ignored when it comes to policy and program formulation. According to him, he said most politicians, with the exception of very few states, are either mindful nor concerned with the vital role played by the livestock sector towards creating millions of job opportunities for our youth and people whose livelihood fully depend on pastoral occupation. Kakran noticed that it is only through the creation of the Federal Ministry of Animal Resources that headers problem and daily pressing needs related to water, points, or animal feed during the dry season will be adequately taken care of. He went further to say that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is fully charged with numerous responsibilities that cannot allow it to fully incorporate livestock development in its yearly or daily programs, hence necessitating our appeal for the creation of a special ministry for animal resources. Most of the money given to the said ministry is always spent on the development of arable farming to the detriment of fishery and livestock sectors. The national president, who facilitated with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso, and Peter Obi, the presidential candidates of APC, PDP, NNPP, and LP, respectively, for their emergence as candidates of their party, also call on them to incorporate livestock development in their policies and programs during their campaign exercise. According to him, he said, we want our politicians to note that we have millions of headers who have their PVCs at hand and are ready to cast their votes to candidates of their choice, more especially the one who they notice care about their interests and general survival. Kakran also want to draw the attention of our presidential and gubernatorial candidates that pastoralists block votes, especially in the northern part of this country or at a highly competitive presidential level, will help one to clinch power, he said. Bello warned politicians not to underestimate the power of the headers when it comes to voting. He said, we Kakran members always cast our vote in block because we normally don't want to divide our votes, but always put them based on the person or party we strongly believe will fully consider us in the policy formation and implementation. He meant this is going to be quite difficult for Labour Party. Talking about the Peter Obi and Dati. For me, we all know that this group of people, the Fulanis, are very ethnic driven. That's the truth. They are very ethnic driven. They gave all their vote to Buhari, not because they knew Buhari wasn't going to do anything superb for them and all of that, but they knew that this is our brother, and if he enters, it will give us that freedom, to move around and do things which Nigerians have already experienced, and they do it, and most of the time they walk away without anybody stopping them. But be that as it may, it's still important for all the political, presidential um, leaders, that's presidential candidates, to take this group of people into consideration. How would you be able to bulldoze to see how you can share it? But they just said something. If you listen to the news, they said something very significant, which is that they are not always in the business of sharing their votes. They always love to give their votes en bloc. And as far as ethnicity is concerned, it will be difficult for people who are not of the same ethnic group with them to enjoy their votes. Candid advice I like to give out before I read some of the comments of Nigerians in respect to this is that the likes of Peter Obi should tell them what his intentions are in their language, drive it in as much as you can, and reflect back at your this thing track record and all of that. But I don't think it would create a lot of effect or it would do anything. So the best thing now is, wherever you know that you're going to have a chunk of people vote for you, also concentrate there. As much as we know, Fulani is not a major not a major ethnic group in Nigeria. No matter how much they will be, I'm so sure that those guys will be between the range of let me say 5 to 10 or 15 million people. And I know that if the Southeasterners will come up so strong, they can meet up that number without any form of stress. Am I trying to bring in ethnicity here? No. But what we all know about the people of Fulani is that they are very, very ethnic driven, especially those pastoralists. Already we have seen their impact in the country here and there, and oftentimes, if you even have a knowledge of a little bit of fufu, you see that they release such people earlier and all of that. So, bringing them in or making them a major ethnic group that you have to sit back together and talk with and all of that is to still put Nigeria under the grip of what we have been facing, because they will need a lot of exemptions and all of that. What Nigeria needs now is a personality that will be able to unite the country and put the country in a pathway that it will have global change. That's have global impact. Our name will now begin to sound globally. That's what we really need. We don't need somebody who will favor Fulani, will not favor these people and all of that. What they are suggesting is a doable thing. It's not very, very easy, But then you must be very careful trying to negotiate with them, because oftentimes when you go into negotiate with them, it ends up, you are end up being forced to sign certain things that will not be good for you. And before you know, they start hunting the government up and down and all of that. You understand? So for me, I know that if you are able to speak to them, talk to them in their language, they will understand and whatever they intend to do. But then it shouldn't be a focal point for especially people who are not from that ethnic group. It shouldn't be a place you're going to spend all your time trying to see how you can campaign and win them, because you're not going to get the best from there. You understand? For me, what they just did now is a threat. You understand? It's a threat. They're trying to threaten you to accept whatever decision they bring up. You have to accept. It's going to go beyond just what we just hear. You understand? But however, I'm hopeful that Peter Obi will prepare himself very well and will do the needful, so that at the end of the day, victory will be his. That's where we like to leave you. Go to our conversation. Let's interact.